Pastor Andrew Draper from Urban Light Community Church in Muncie, Indiana, and we are working through the Impact Discipleship curriculum by Dr. Kwesi Kamal from Dallas, Texas. And we are working through this book, the Transforming Life Workbook, which is a 12-week session on spiritual growth, learning the Word of God and spiritual disciplines so that we can grow in maturity with Christ. So this is week number 12, but we don't have homework for week 12 because week 12 was the last session. So instead, what we are doing in the last session is working through the final exam. So I thought that I would do kind of a cheat sheet time for you, not really cheating, but a final exam preparation, time of studying, because that is in your book here after session 12, and the appendix that has the group quizzes. There's some review here of keyword definitions, and so I'm going to read those keyword definitions for you and then kind of walk back through the 12 weeks a little bit so that we can be paying attention to what we need to know. So keyword definitions. Number one, transformation means deep and lasting change. Number two, discipleship means learning to follow Christ. Number three, character means leading yourself. 4, courage means the strength to press past fear. Number 5, sin is disobeying God and worshiping self. 6, freedom is the power to live God's purpose. 7, faith is trust and allegiance. 8, fruitfulness means bearing good character, good works, and new disciples. 9, acceptance means embracing people as they are. Number 10, forbearing means having patience for people's process. 11, church is the fellowship of believers. Number 12, Trinity is the fellowship of God. 13, leadership is the power of inspiration. 14, authority is taking responsibility seriously. 15, conflict is the drama of differing views. 16, resolution is the process of making peace. 17, wisdom is the process of gaining understanding. 18, understanding is seeing beneath the surface. 19, witness means personally sharing your faith. 20, influence is the power to move others. 21, justice is God's right order in the world. 22, righteousness is God's right order in individuals. 23, final resurrection is the redemption of our bodies. And 24, eternal judgment is God's final redemptive act. So in addition to the 5 quizzes that we've had, the final exam will be not for a grade. It's just so that you can recap and refocus on what you've learned, and then an opportunity for us to celebrate together what we've learned. So this is not something to be stressed about. This is rather something that we as class leadership will be putting together on information covered in the class, and it will include some of our memory verses, our weekly keywords, our weekly lessons, and the recital of the 10 Commandments and books of the Bible in order. So I would encourage you to go back through the memory verses. We've had 24 of them. The weekly keywords, which I've just given you there. The weekly lessons, if you remember, we've had 6 foundational principles from Hebrews 6, that those themes have been covered over a period of 2 weeks. And the recital of the 10 Commandments, we covered those. They're found in Exodus 20, and I will read that for you briefly here so that you have access to it. You can always go back and listen as well to Exodus chapter 20 on the Bible Gateway app. Number 1, you shall have no other gods before me. This is, of course, God saying this. Number 2, you shall not make for yourself a graven image or an idol. Number 3, you shall not use the name of the Lord in vain. Number 4, remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Number 5, honor your father and your mother. Number 6, you shall not murder. Number 7, you shall not commit adultery. Number 8, you shall not steal. Number 9, you shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. Number 10, you shall not covet anything that is your neighbor's. And then the books of the Bible in order. Let's see if I can say them here from memory. I like to close my eyes because I'm a visual learner. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st, 2nd Samuel, 1st, 2nd Kings, 1st, 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. Now the New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Acts, Romans, 1st, 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st, 2nd Thessalonians, 1st Timothy, 2nd Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1st Peter, 2nd Peter, 1st, 2nd, 3rd John, Jude, and Revelation. So work on those 66 books, and we're going to have fun saying those together. Folks, this has been a wonderful opportunity to be with you over 12 weeks. And I would encourage those of you who might be feeling called to move on to coaching and discipling others, to talk to several of us who have helped facilitate this process for you. And we will together help you discern if and how the next steps to move forward might be. God bless you, and thank you for being part of this Impact Discipleship process.